Man of Tomorrow, Atlanta inmates pissed at Superman. Seriously? That is the second line on this headline. Hey, I'm Santino Pino. I'm here to cover another Bureau of Prisons headline. BOP has not really been in the news in the past week. There are a couple news stories out there. Some I will not touch with a 10-foot pole, and it'll be pretty easy to figure out which ones those are. And then there was recently an assault uh, by an inmate on a staff member at Springfield. And the only reason why I haven't covered that yet is simply because just waiting for all the information that could possibly come out publicly to come out before I address it. I haven't heard anything about it privately. So just waiting for more information on that one. But we could talk about superheroes today in prison. Okay. Superman fans are super stoked at the sequel to James Gunn's DC blockbuster has started production in Georgia, but there's a group of people who ain't so happy. Ain't so happy, local prisoners, local inmates. First and foremost, before we get into this, I really liked the James Gunn Superman movie. I thought that was a great movie. I thought, and I think the best part of the movie is right there in the beginning, where they say that superheroes have existed on Earth for like 200 or 300 years. So there's all kinds of history that they can backstory into. I'm really excited for that one. It's fun. It's happy. I like it. Okay. TMZ has learned from an inside source. Inmates at FCI Atlanta are pissed at the production because the Man of Tomorrow shoot is allegedly messing up their routines and, more importantly, access inside the joint. Basically, while the flick is in production, we're told prisoners have to remain in their cells way more than under normal circumstances, and even worse, no access to commissary. Um, so this is new for me. I don't recall the Bureau of Prisons ever allowing anyone to shoot inside while I was working there. There was a couple guerrilla movie shooting moments where they would just shoot out in front of the prison, you know, and wait to get caught and then run away, whoever they were doing. I never saw exactly what they were shooting. But is shooting inside of a federal prison. That's new for me. If you've experienced that in the Bureau of Prisons, I would love to talk to you because that's new territory for me because that was a no when I was in the Bureau of Prisons. And I need to throw this out there. Okay, there is a very, 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 very small spoiler warning coming that I know didn't intend on, but in order to expand on this story, telling you one final time, spoiler alert. Okay, you've had a chance. You could skip forward like 1 minute and you'll be past the spoiler. But uh, they are shooting at they're calling FCI Atlanta now. I'll call it FCI Atlanta because it looks like it is renamed. Um, but this is expected to be, according to director James Gunn, he shared a photo from the set confirming that this is the location that serves as the prison where Lex Luthor is held after the events of the previous film. So I don't know if it's still USP or FCI Atlanta, but this is the Lex Luthor prison. Okay, is what we're looking at. And I didn't see that photo. It's okay. I don't want to see the photo. I really don't. I'm trying to limit my spoilers on this one because I was so impressed with the first film. A spokesperson for the Federal Bureau of Prisons tells TMZ they'd never comment on internal security practices or procedures in general, but if a warden did put a facility on modified operations status, it would be for the safety of staff and inmates. Usually, such an order would happen after a violent incident that needed to be investigated. So that's a canned answer. That's fine. You're going to get a lot of those from the Bureau of Prisons. Uh, recently I don't think I'm going to cover it again here because I've already mentioned it a couple times, but recently a senator or House of Representatives member had called a federal prison in like the middle of the night and was mad that he couldn't like get in touch with an inmate or that a staff member wouldn't write down a note. And it's like it's people just don't know what facility security is. They don't get that these people have had their freedom removed from them because they're a danger to society. No, you can't call and just leave them a message, right? Anyways, uh, so that's a canned answer. they're probably not going to comment on current events in the prison, but we can continue. Another source direct knowledge tells TMZ production is shooting in a small section of the facility and they should be wrapping on the location soon. Okay, I go into these live. I usually don't have any information before I've read these, but uh, listen, this could very easily be an inmate that is communicating with a family member, and the family member is telling TMZ, and I could totally see that happening. But I will say this right now, okay? If you're a staff member and you talk to TMZ, first, stop. Second, go dime yourself out. Go up to your supervisor or whoever you feel is appropriate and dime yourself out. Because TMZ will. You're law enforcement. They will dox you 100%. Okay? As soon as it suits their needs, TMZ will throw you under the bus and you will lose your career and get charged. But if you go dime yourself out right now, and tell your supervisors, I let this go. You don't even have to say why or how. Just, I'm the one that told TMZ, and I need to come clean so I don't get in too much more trouble. You will get your hand slapped. You will get time on the beach, but if you come clean, you might be able to keep your job. Okay, that's if it's a staff member. Which a lot of times when I see this stuff right here, it's a lot of times they don't even have a source. Right? It's just fake. Superman writer director Gunn shared a picture from the prison on Monday showing it's where Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor ended up after the previous flick, thereby confirming Man of Tomorrow started shooting. It's funny, like I'm used to reading like government news and the grammar's so much different. You could see like article is just written for a different demographic too. It's totally a Hollywood article. As for the modified operations status, if it is happening at the Atlanta Slammer, we're told all inmates will still have daily access to at least 3 meals per day, potable water, medical and psychological services. Inmates mad at Superman. Talk about life imitating art. Um, you know what? Just so we can talk about it, let me find the image that James Gunn put FCI Atlanta photo. Let's see what this is. So we could just leave this here. I'm not sure if any of these are the photo that he took at the prison or not, but we can deal with that later on. I'll just leave that there for now so we could talk. Uh, the only instance where I remember any type of production happening inside of a Bureau of Prisons facility, won't say where or when, there was a uh, training video for the Bureau of Prisons being shot at a facility that I was at. I was not in the video. There was different teams. My team was. I've always been a logistics guy. I'm usually, I joke around. I got a face for radio. I'm usually a behind the scenes guy anytime that there's any type of something like that where there's a camera involved. Usually, the only thing I'm ever on camera for is my YouTube channel. And uh, the trade-off is inmates have had their rights removed by a court. They've been housed in these facilities. We are not going to shoot them with a camera. We're not going to get them on video for a training video. If anything, they're going to hire people to play inmates. I do believe when we did that video shoot that we had staff members playing inmates. And that's another reason too. Like if you have people portraying inmates, you just have to eliminate the entire inmate population out of the equation. You've got to lock down. If you have inmate actors coming in, there's no way you could let those accidentally blend because that is a security nightmare waiting to happen. Because I will tell you this, I was going to do a reaction video for Dr. Mike Israetel's video about prison workouts. And I got through the whole video and only said like 3 words. There's nothing to really react to or debunk or go over or give a personal thing on. It was just a very clear, concise video. But you see some people that act like inmates in there that are inmate role players for training, and they look the part. And so it's like, and here's what I can tell you. I am a former corrections officer, worked over 10 years in prisons, and I can tell you that inmate actors and real inmates, it is almost impossible to tell them apart. They are so good at their job for those guys that have chosen to cosplay as inmates to help train staff. So anytime that you have any type of people in costume playing inmates, whatever, you have to lock down the facility so that they don't accidentally get mixed up, right? Yeah, because one of two things could happen. You're going to have an actor say, no, 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 I'm an actor. I'm not really an inmate. Or you might have an inmate saying, hey, what are you doing? I'm an actor, right? So just to eliminate that possibility, that's why that occurs. But the Federal Bureau of Prisons opening up their facility, allowing Superman to be shot there, I think that's cool. Like to me, that's cool. Like if I was working at Atlanta and Superman's being shot there, are you kidding me? That's a guaranteed opening day ticket for my family to go see a movie. Like, see that I worked there. I was there that day. I got to see Superman in real life. Like I would totally. I think that's so cool. I know some people don't like security. Oh my gosh, probably about the money. They're probably paying the Federal Bureau. Yes, I hope they are. I hope James Gunn's production company is paying the Bureau of Prisons a decent amount of money to use that. And I know that Billy Marshall and Josh Smith will use those funds for good things, hopefully. All right. Very quick headline: Inmates hate Superman. Oh, funny. A little lighthearted one today. But wait for the next one. The next time BOP is in the headlines. And as always, hey, Bureau of Prisons, if you have any TSP questions, my phone number will flash on the screen at the end of this video. If you have any TSP questions, give me a call, and I will see you next time that BOP is in the headlines.